Why is socialism attractive to the poor? Now, this is probably the most commonsensical, shouldn't need to be discussed video I'm probably going to make. Why do poor people like socialism? And a simple answer to that is one word: greed. When you have an economy and you make a product, the value of that product is directly linked to what people are willing to pay for that product. I don't care if you make the most fabulous glass sword around, if there's no interest in it, that glass sword is worth $0, or at best worth the raw materials of the glass. Likewise, if a laborer is working in an auto plant, his value is equal to what he has produced and its value. So the car goes out, and let's say you use auto workers, because I know they've been unionized and that is socialistic in nature. You get the car, work, you build the car, ship it out, and you sell it. What it sells for should ultimately, in a sane world, determine what the worker gets paid. Now, let us consider what happens when we do socialization, economically speaking. Socialization, what it will do is it basically takes an artificial, has a government body establish an artificial pay rate in the industry, an artificial value determined entirely off the top of people's heads. How many dollars per hour I think I should earn. Now, when it comes to unions, unions do that. They'll come up to a company and they'll say, oh, your people on your line need to make $20 an hour. The guy in command or owns a company says, why $20 an hour? Our product sells for this much money. That determines, and we, through the process of determination of what the product sells for, what the market's asking for, I should be paying you $10 an hour. Why should I pay you $20? Because we're angry and we'll walk out. And we'll commit violence against anyone you try to come in and replace us. So that's basically intimidation and oppression. So the owner of the company, who's really on the line here, says, okay, I don't want to deal with that. So he or she jacks the price up on the goods so he can pay the lineman the $20 and get the union off his back. Problem: the lineman doesn't get anything out of this. We say, wait one second, he got $20, he got $10 more an hour. No, he didn't get anything out of this. Why? Because that good will come out, that product will come out to the market, and people will say, I don't know, I don't really want to, I could get that widget from India for the equivalent of $10 an hour worth of employee work. Why should I buy it for $20 more here? So the next step of the union is they go to the government and say, trade is unfair, they're undercutting us. Well, they are, because you've established a false value to your product, a false value to your pay through socialism. So they use the government to create barriers between you and that other country or other countries whose products are cheaper because they have not created this false value. So what happens next? Well, next problem is you still haven't done anything for the lineman. Why? Because the lineman is going to go out and try to buy products now, but all the prices have been jacked up. To pay his income, they had to increase costs of the sale of the item, now protected by government tariff controls and trade controls. So the cost of the goods are going to go up. And that means what that $20 he earned isn't worth $20. Isn't worth as much as that $10 he used to earn. So he still doesn't come out with anything. Why does socialism appeal to the poor? Because it's a greed factor. They want to have more value than they're worth. And they want it handed to them. And unlike the person who's willing to work hard to gain it, i.e. the owner of the company, he wants government or a union to establish his value. And not the free market, because the free market they deem to be unfair. Because they're not happy with where they are in life, and they want more money. Instead of getting skills that are of more demand and worth more, you instead go to a politician or a union boss and have them artificially assign you a value, which you may not really be worth. This is why it's popular amongst the poor, because the poor get something for nothing. All they have to do is yell, walk down the street with protest signs, and etc., and boom, yeah, they're going to get this extra value. But in the long run, it doesn't do anything for them. Why? Because the prices go up, and it eats up whatever artificial value that you have given them. The only one who really benefits out of this are the union bosses and the politicians. That's it. They're the only people who benefit from it. Thank you very much. Have yourself a good day, and God bless.